we had a conversation about toddlers who kick, shout, kick, what's its impact on you as a parent, and parents on the other spectrum whose kids are being kicked or shoved, and how did you react to it? So we've been having a conversation about it because of one of our mom's experience with regards to this area.
I had a few situations with the parents. My son, in a certain age, actually, when he was 1, he started to scream, and some parents on the playground, they just didn't like it. They was like, oh, he's screaming again. They will look at me like he's the only child on the whole world, and they will just like, just him will scream. And actually in that time he just didn't say, yes, I need you, or I want something, can you please give me? So with screaming, he was showing to me, I need something. And I had that few situation with the parents, and I really feel bad. I didn't know,
you were crying.
I was crying, and I just didn't know, what to say, how to explain to them, like he is doing something bad, but he is not doing nothing bad. The most of the children are screaming, even shouting, even something else. Also, I have one more situation. Oh, actually, there was a few, but one was particular. He will push a child, and the parents doesn't approve that. I mean, it shouldn't be approved, but they are just 2.5.
Yeah.
And some parents just don't accept that. Instead of just, put a smile and just say, okay, doesn't matter, everything is fine, just apologize to each other and then move on. And I really don't know how to even speak with that parent, and how to explain that he didn't do that on purpose. It was just a play, and he wants one car and the other child wants the other car, and they just start to push each other. So I didn't know even what to say. I was like, just put a smile and then say to my child to just apologize, and we move on.
I remember around that time you were really, really stressed with everything that was going on, and I remember, I think we had a brief word, and I was thinking, perhaps the best approach at that time, especially with the screaming, like you said, it would have been parents being understanding enough that, okay, there is an issue here, but, not like judging, but kind of being understanding and try and deal with somebody's child as if you'd be dealing with your own child.
And the thing is, I always feel like that my son is doing something bad, but actually no, he just didn't have a word to express himself, and he will scream.
He was going through a phase, isn't he?
A phase, yes, exactly.
I mean, even with the pushing, I don't know any child that hasn't pushed another child at that age.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
My son went through all stages till now. He's 2 years and 7 months. Screaming, shouting, pushing, all that stages that actually children go through, more boys than girls. But he really went through all that stages, but sometimes for some parents it's like unacceptable. So it's really hard for me now how to make a balance, so, and you also notice that I'm always on top of him, always watching where is he, what he's doing, because I feel that other parents don't understand.
And I think like what you were saying to me another time, which was you found that some of the parents were almost trying to like cocoon their child.
Yeah.
And if anything did happen, they're like, oh my goodness, no, that shouldn't have happened. And they really do lose, or they really do don't remember or understand that the child is a child. They're 2, 1, 2, even 3 years old, and they go through different things. They go through different experiences. They push boundaries, and it's all a part of learning. And there's ways in which you even have to teach the child. You teach the child not to do certain things, but we don't slander the parent, the other parent. We don't, come across and have like remarks against that child because they're children at the end of the day.
Especially in a playgroup setting, it could be so isolating.
Yeah.
And because you're surrounded by parents and children, you start to feel like, oh, what's wrong with my child? The way that people are treating you or reacting to your child in a way. And it makes it very difficult to come to the playgroup and have a good time.
Exactly.
It kind of creates anxiety, it kind of creates stress. And like Janika was saying, you become very conscious of your child's actions. You be like on him all the time. And that could be stressful for him and for her as well.
So I'm still like on top of him because I don't know tomorrow what that other parent will think about me or say. So I'm always like, oh, so sorry, oh, Alex, please. Even when Alex is not guilty for what he did, I'm saying to him,
still apologize.
yes, I'm apologizing because other parents, I feel that they don't want to understand. Or they would like to protect their child so much to not even touch him that much, which is bad.
I personally think that's wrong. Well, okay, there's no wrong in writing parenting. Anyway, it's all individual. But my personal opinion is, to some extent, you have to let the children to go through those experiences, have a fallout, build that relationship back on, and cry about things, hug, say sorry, say I like you, say all the things you have to let them. I personally rather observe from a distance.
One of the tips that I can say for that kind of children is when he starts to doing that, like hitting, like pushing, screaming, just come to her or him and just be patient and explain that that's not the way how you should play, that's not the way how you should do with other children. Put him on the side, give him a time to realize what he's actually is doing, and bit by bit he will understand.
I do find parents can become quite defensive when their child is being attacked, and perhaps maybe emotionally they might not control themselves on the spot, and they might react. But even if you do that, then you should have the calmness enough to kind of reflect, and because it does have an impact on the child as well as on the parent.
I was like, should I cry or should I say something or should I? Is it really always his fault? Maybe sometimes the other child just challenging him, and he was like, no, that's my toy, I will push you. So it's very hard to even deal with emotions. You don't know how to manage. Do you need any conversation with that other mom? Do you need to say do you need to apologize or not, or just like finish on that, like separating children and like everything is finished? But how saying the Hannah definitely have impact, and I think you just need time to deal with it, and as many situations you have with your child, you will find a clue what to do and how to keep yourself calm, because sometimes there is a trigger that maybe you will be angry on your child, but it wasn't just his fault.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this topic, so feel free to comment below or find us on Instagram at The Mums Chill Rank.